studies have shown the relationship between parents and their children affects their lives. Today we'll be buttressing on the fact that whether there should be a prerequisite on parenting. This is our corner and my name is Lolajiro. We have a special guest with us today, which I'll be introducing to you after this short break. Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short break. Today I'm here with barrister Taiwo Olajide, who will be talking on the style of parenting and whether there should be a prerequisite to parenting. Good day, ma. How are you doing?
Good day, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you're watching from.
All right. So, ma, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Barrister Mrs. Taiwo Olajide. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Please tell us what you do and...
Okay. I do a lot of things. I'm multitasking. I'm a lawyer. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a virtual assistant. And I'm a telemarketer. I do a lot of things.
And most of all, your parents.
Yeah, mother of 2 adorable daughters.
Thank you very much for having us here.
Okay.
So please, can you give us your take on parenting? What is parenting to you?
Well, to me, parenting is the act of bringing up a child.
Okay.
And the child doesn't necessarily have to be your own biological child. You know, there are some children that stay with their grandparents, with aunties, with uncles. That's parenting as well.
Okay.
But the act of bringing up a child, the way you want to
That is how you
that's
see it.
parenting.
So tell me, please, can you tell us how you get involved in a child's life? Like, having tell us what parenting is. How do you get involved in a child's
Your
life?
child's life. Okay. I'll use myself as an example. As a parent, I have a daughter, a 3-year-old, and she's very sharp. Like, she's inquisitive. She asks. So I try to bring her close to me. First of all, you can't be a good parent without the help of God. It's God that helps one. You can't do it on your own.
Okay.
So bringing, like, right from the pregnancy stage,
Okay.
I do pray for her. I'll invite God into the baby's life, you know, the infant at the anyone child. So, and immediately I put to bed on the hospital bed, I carried her. I prayed for her. You'll be a good child. You won't be wayward. You listen to me, to wherever. So you have to start that first of all. So after that, you know, there's the growing stage, there's the adolescent age, there's the teenage, like that. So you have to bring your child close to you. So the positive aftermath, what you want to achieve in a child's life, you can have it. You know, there is negative parenting, there is positive parenting. So if you make your child your friend, make your child your first go-to person. Like some children now, if anything happens to them, they don't talk to their parents. They take it back to class, to their friends. They take it to their peers. They go to social media. So don't make your child like that. Make your child your friend.
Yeah, I'll be talking about listening now. So what type of parenting style do you think, or does like your child fit in you as a parent now?
My
like,
child,
yes.
you know,
What style of parenting do you
I
use?
use several styles. Sometimes I could be authoritative. Sometimes I could be persuasive. Sometimes she the chop cane way. So if that's permitted.
Okay, it's
Like,
okay.
I have a small tiny cane like it. I'll warn her. I'll beat you. You get. She'll know that what she's doing at that moment is wrong. You get. So I use different. It depends on what you are trying to achieve. Okay.
So I've been talking about the style now. What do you think are the qualities to make a good parent? I mean, do you really believe there should be a prerequisite to parenting?
Yeah, there should be parenting skills, right?
Yeah.
There's some, you know, if you're not responsible yourself, if you're not a responsible person, you can't try to parent a child into being a responsible adult. You have to be, you can't give what you don't have. It has to be in you before you can transfer it to a person. It doesn't even have to be your child, an individual. You're trying to transfer something from yourself to another person. You have to be that person, what you want. And you know, children don't even listen to most things we say. They watch you, they watch your attitude, the way you behave, the way you do things. Like my little daughter now, she will just stand in front of the mirror sometimes and be doing like this.
Yes, I guess.
Just because she sees me most times, I think she says, let me put powder. Mommy, I'm putting this, I'm putting that. So your children will watch you. If you are doing a negative thing, they will see it. And they might not do it in your presence. They will go out there and do it where people will be like, what kind of parents are you? I get.
Yeah, so having talked about the qualities of parenting, whether there should be, whether the negative and the positive aspects, I'd like us to go on a short break. As we come back, we'll talk about acceptance of a child. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I love enjoyment. Abby, who don't like better thing? I like to do things that make me feel happy and comfortable. One of these things is going to a nice and comfortable restaurant and treat myself to delicious and good meals.
Hi, welcome back. This is our corner, and thank you for staying tuned on that channel. Having talked about the qualities of parents now, Ma, what do you think about children saying they want to do me, like this common saying, do me? How do you deal with acceptance of a child? Like whether from their talents, their skills, or the fact that they want to be something or someone else? How do you
like a child having the mind of their own?
Yes, having their own mind, and of course telling you telling you what they want, whereas you're not in support, you're not totally in support. How do you later concur to their own decision or accept their kind?
Okay, like there is a stage a child gets to in life that as a parent you just have to let go. No matter how you try to hold on to a child, there is a stage a child gets to that you have to let them be. Let them, because if you try to impose anything on a child, it could affect the child in a negative way. Because there are some children that want to study a particular course and their parents will be like, no, I want you to go this way.
Exactly.
You get. Yes. At the end of the day, the child might not be fulfilled and they might just lost themselves. You get. So try to, let me say, immediately a child enters into the tertiary institution, you can let them be whatever they want to be. Okay, so you don't have to impose anything on the child. But from the primary, secondary school, you can still try to, they're still very young. But once a child gets to the uni, they're now becoming adults. They are gradually becoming older.
So how do you deal with the style of parenting your parents gave you? Because talking about authoritative now and authoritarian, like this type of style now is based on the fact that parents the authoritarian, they have disciplinarian, their say is just, and of course, authoritative, they still allow some responsiveness from their children. So how do you deal with, because these are the two types of style that are mostly used, so which one was used on you and which one are you going to be using?
Okay, like my dad was very authoritative. He was a teacher, and you know how teachers is now, commando kind of relationship. So my dad would say, this is it, and you dare not say no. It got to a time I had to be going through my mom to reach my dad because I was withdrawn. Okay, you can't look my dad straight in the eye. My dad will ask you, Kilo Jeyo. You're looking me straight in the eye. I can't even breathe. Immediately he gets to the house, I'll just go to my room. And anything I want to talk about, I tell my mom. My mom was acting like a middleman, kind of. Yeah. And it's not good. If you are too authoritative, there are some places your children will get to, they won't be free. When I got to the uni, like I had like 8 roommates. I was always observing. I didn't have this confidence of just talking to anyone. I'll be like, will they accept me? And it boils back to the way I was brought up. Like you have this kind of I'm not saying low self-esteem now, but you're not just sure of yourself. You even be like, what if I say this and I talk off point?
I get your point.
But the thing is, if you are persuasive and you bring your children close to you, there's this level of confidence. Like your child will wear confidence like agbada. Anywhere the child is sure. And again, as a parent, try to you are your child's cheerleader.
Yes.
There's nobody that can make your child feel good. You should be the one, even if your child is not fine. I don't believe that anybody is not fine. I'll tell my child you are beautiful. In fact, you are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She'll be like, really? I say, you're fine now. And she's still very small. What if somebody now tells her later that I see this ugly girl? She'll say, no, my mommy told me I'm beautiful.
My mommy
so
said
you don't
I'm
have this.
beautiful.
So now have this, like with this now, if you just imagine yourself being negative, always telling your child, Olodo, you're not even fine, see your nose. If another person is telling the child the same thing, the child will now say, this is a confirmation. So I'm not good.
Exactly.
So you get.
So now, if only you can decide in your case now, as to handling your kids now, what would you consider an odd development among them? Like, if you start saying, okay, what will you consider now, like, as to your type of style? As an odd development, like what would you think is odd?
I don't get the question.
Okay, I mean, like if only you now can decide the type of style you give your children, what will you consider as an odd development in a child among them?
Well, as children, let's not even use children. Like every child,
yes.
So far you have a parent, even if you don't have a parent, you are once a child.
Yes.
And the level of moral decadence now, like you see small children already, I don't even know how to explain. You know what I'm talking about. So if you begin to notice that your children are now exhibiting some negative behaviors, okay, you should try to bring them to order.
How long will it take you to understand? To understand that
behavior.
Yes, that there is an odd development.
If you're a friend to your child, you should know what your child is capable of doing.
Considering your busy schedule.
Yeah, I told you I'm very busy. I have a lot of things I do.
Right.
But every single day, maybe before stepping out of the house or at bedtime, I try to bring my daughter close to me. Like, how are you today? How was school? How is your auntie? What happened in school today? My baby will be like, mommy, that boy beats me. He beats you. What? Just try to make and as little as she is, I try to ask her, what do I do wrong that you don't like? What do I do that you don't like? She'll be like, mommy, you shout a lot. I don't like it.
Your child tell you that?
Yes. She'll tell me, mommy, you shout. I'll say, okay, I won't shout again. Is that all she says? Okay, I love you. Yes. But it kind of, if I now notice my child is withdrawn,
okay,
like sticking to her phone, some children will even tell you, mommy, knock before you enter my room. I've seen a case like that. Mommy, do like you will notice there will be a change in behavior. So definitely something is up, and you have to dig deep to what is happening to your child. And after that, you know what's wrong. It's a negative impact. You try to curb it as early as possible.
So now, do you advise phones, or did you advise for children, especially minors? Like, do you really advise or advocate for that?
It depends, because I was already in 100 level before I had the phone. It's not as if my parents would not afford it, but they felt I didn't need it.
Yeah.
And so when I gained admission, my dad already said that if you don't gain admission, I won't buy phone for you. And which one did he even buy? Nokia Touchlight, something like maybe 12. I've forgotten. It's not. You can't access the internet. If we wanted to browse, then we have to go to the cafe.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but these days now, you even see a child of 8 years owning an iPhone.
Exactly. So
Android
is that
phones.
allowed? Like, do you advocate
No, I
for
don't
that?
advocate for that. I don't advocate for that, because sometimes as an adult, I'll be on my system on my phone. You're already on a site. They will just bring another
site.
thing entirely. Yes. And you will see the kind of inviting stuff. As a child, you will go there now to see what is happening.
Yes, very, very
it is not.
So
okay.
how can new parents now, new and young parents learn?
Learn.
Yes.
They say that, like you have somebody you look up to. It might not be your parent, because the way some of us were raised up, you don't pray for your children to go through that kind of,
Yes, I guess it.
So you should have, like me now, I have people I look up to, like people I read from, people that inspire me. I just try to emulate some kind of things. You read books, you read your Bible, you pray to God to help you, because bringing a child up to be a responsible adult in this kind of society we are, it's not easy. So you just have to do your best, do your 100%, and the rest is what to do.
Okay, so like, what is your advice now for young parents, and even the older parents now watching? What's your advice for them as to parenting?
So young parents, I would say, just commit it into the hands of God and try to be a responsible adult yourself. There's a say that you can't give what you do not have. It starts from you. Bringing a child up in a positive way is not easy. There are some children of pastors that are wayward. It's not as if they don't have good parenting, but they just chose that path. So to upcoming parents, to aged parents, if you have a child that wants to go this way and you give your advice and the child says no, please let them be. Let them just
make the mistakes, right?
Yeah, they can.
But it can be very costly. You understand? It's just
so the child will not make that kind of mistake the second time.
Most of the time, the blame is going back to the parents. Yes.
Right?
So, like, what's your advice for them?
There's a saying in the river that you can take a cow or donkey to the river, but you cannot force the donkey to drink the water.
That's true.
And God sees your heart, that you've done your part. And for me, if a child chooses to go, if I say come to the left and you choose to go right, so anything you see.
So you leave them at their own.
It's not as if I'll leave you, I'll try my best. And again, the heart of kings is in the hands of God. If a believer, a child of God, should take the matter to God. That God, even a stony heart, God can change. So that is it.
So thank you very much for coming on the show to talk to us about parenting, and of course the prerequisites to parenting. Ma, please, I would like you to say one word to Woke Studio.
Woke
TV. Yes.
Woke TV, thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for having me, and I pray that God will uplift you.
Thank you.
And make this place bigger the next time I'll be here, because I believe you still be here.
Yes, you're coming back on the show. So we have learned about prerequisites and of course parenting style to give to our children. I hope you learned one or two from this show. Thank you very much. I remain Lola Jewel, and of course this is our corner. Bye.
Music, drama and comedy, documentaries, red carpets and fashion, culture and lots more. Only on World TV, unveiling talents.